you guys got there?
We got a deadhead, but
we got a little one.
One of the most impressive deadheads I've seen in this part of Montana.
Not really a little one, but
it's got several spikes here. Nice drop tine in velvet there. Fork G2 here with a kicker off from it. Start of a drop tine there. Smells a little bit, so I think I'm gonna have Joe Shead carry it for me.
Well, first walk, we found one shed and one deadhead. I got my first shed of the trip here. Looks like a freshie. We've been seeing a lot of deer. Weren't sure if we hadn't seen any bucks. Thought maybe it was a little early, but we got a freshie here, so that's good to see. So right over by these trees, these closest trees, I just picked up this guy. Before I walked to this one, I thought I saw this, but then I saw that antler over there. And as I walked over here, there's another one. Let's see if this is a set or not here. I'm not sure. Oh boy, move to the ground. Okay, got him up. Looks like it's gonna be a set. Old ones. So that's a set. Cool. 3 sheds and 20 yards. This is kind of some neat terrain. We got this pasture that the cattle go out here, as you can see. And when we got here, there's a whole bunch of deer just kind of starting to come out for the evening. And then there's this little hilly structure. I figured it might be a good place to pop off an antler. So I'm just walking down the spine here of this little hill, and I found one. Looks like a pretty old one, actually. So you can see kind of a trail going down it, and here we go. Kind of buried in there. Pull it out and take a look if we can. Oh, it's frozen. Oh, I can't get it. Might have to come back for this or leave it. Ladies and gentlemen, there it is, the most classic of sheds, the fence line shed. Look at this trail we got coming down here. Out to the cow pasture. That's where they've been feeding. And we're calling that a fence line shed. I'm sure the impact of the jump here knocked that thing off. So cool, I almost didn't see it. There's always at least one that just wants to follow you. We're out in this cow pasture, kind of feedlot type of thing. Bunch of deer out here. And I think I just got another one. They're dark out here this year. The color is darker than usual. They're kind of hard to see out in this grass. You know, I barely even covered this. You know, there's probably more out here. That's a good size 4-pointer. It's a nice shed. Sweet. Been a while, but got a long range spot here. It's real white. It's pretty easy to see. Cool character. Some chews on it. Old one. Well, this is kind of cool how this worked out. I was walking over that away. And I saw this kind of a larger tree. And it's just on a little bit of a hill. And it just looked like the perfect place for a buck to bed. So this would be the south side of this tree over here. Got a little bit of a hill you can see going down here. And bam, right there, textbook, right where it should be. Feel pretty good about finding that one. I kind of walked on my way to come over and check it out. Got another long range one here. Long range spot. Let's go check it out. On the south edge of the woods, textbook. Looks like it got chewed up. A beefy shed. I'm gonna kind of tell you what we're doing here. This is Russian olive down here, this thick brushy stuff, and that grows along the rivers. So there's a river down there. We already walked the Russian olive. We didn't find any in that stretch. And you got some opening here. Then we got cottonwoods, and this is the south edge of the forest. So I kind of focus on this. I just picked up one just right over there, kind of on the south edge where a deer can kind of soak up some sun. Well, we just decided to head back to the truck and make some tracks and get out of here. Just found this guy. This is a beefy antler too. It's old. What we're finding, it's really dry this year, this past whole year, and there's not a whole lot of grass. So these old ones are really popping out. Beefy shed, old one, chewed up a little bit. You ever get that strange feeling that you're being watched? Yeah, me too. Sometimes we're looking in cottonwoods like this, and you know, it doesn't look like a whole lot of cover, but this is, you know, the cover that there is. So that's where the deer are. Pretty sparse. Just kind of, we got this little bit of edge, southern exposure, open area. I can see we got one laying right here. Right where it should be. It's a good one. It's a beefy one. First one of the day. Well, I guess I'm not on my A game. This is where my foot was, and this is where the antler was. I can't blame the sun because that's over here. But there we go. I'm kicking myself because I didn't get this on camera live. I was just gonna film this. We got just a little cluster of trees right here. And I like these things because they kind of stand out, you know, when you don't have a lot of cover. I mean, we've got a lot of cottonwoods in here, but there's kind of a little cluster right here. And that's something that grabs my eye. And I was gonna just start filming that and say that. And of course, there's one laying over here. Looks like an old one. But you know, when there's not a lot of cover, the deer are gonna use whatever cover you do have. So that's what I'm doing. And I'm gonna check the rest of this here too. We're just walking around checking this out. It's just cottonwoods and grass, and you know, that's the only real cover we've got out here. So that's where we're seeing the deer. And another thing to check is if there's any little high spots. We're always checking any little mounds that are a little bit higher where the deer can bed and soak up the sun. But it's been a dry year. The grass didn't grow as well this year, so some of these white ones that we're finding are really standing out. The brown ones this year tend to be a little darker than in years past. I'm not sure why, but they're a little tougher to see. Kind of some neat cover, all this cedar trees down here. We haven't really seen any places where there's so many cedars. It's a pretty good sign in here. Looks good. We've been walking some brand new ground we've never been in, and decent deer sign, lots of cedars, and we haven't found anything till just now. This is kind of a weird one. It's a real old chalky one. Unique shed though. So we've been walking into the sun. I've been waiting to turn around and just kind of paused for a second and turned back. And just got lucky, saw some white tips glowing here. This looks like a fresh one here. But yeah, it was the turn back that spotted it. I was already past it. There we go. Not bad, not bad. This one's real fresh. It's even got a little bit of blood on it still. Well, this one was dumb luck. I was just getting ready to cross this gully over to that side, and then I decided to come this way anyway instead. And boom, a little fresh one. That worked out nice. Some areas of the river you'll have this Russian olive, which is really thick and nasty cover. The deer definitely go in it. It's hard to get through it. We got a heck of a trail going here, and not surprisingly, got one. Check this out. Dan just walked past the shed and Brady coming in from the right saw it from long distance. Here's my little shed. I think this is about as classic as it gets. Yeah, pretty good one. This is the deer droppings just into the timber right next to the field where they're feeding the cattle. It's just nothing but droppings back here. It's ridiculous. See? So here's where I'm at. We got the hay bales out here. That's where they're feeding cattle. Here's the timber. I'm on the south edge on a hill. It's like, how have I not found one? But the sign is incredible. This is kind of tough to see. Yeah, it's really sunny today. There we go. I was just walking over to Dan to see what he had, and I walked right past this one. Still got blood on it here. All right, yet another fence crossing shed. I was just walking the fence line, and I was almost stepping on this one when I saw it. Okay, we just got to find. I didn't move them. That's how they're laying. They're a lot easier to match up this way.
Is that another one?
Oh, be quiet. Now this is what I like to see. About 75 yards from the truck. Just getting ready to enter the jungle. And here's a fresh one. Still some blood. I thought I saw some blood. It's just dirt. Here we go. Now for the jungle of Russian olive. Well, I like these kind of open areas because you can really see. Got some bones out here. Grass is really short this year. You can see this from a mile away. Old one, so it's white, which makes it easier to see too. Look at that. It's been out here for a long time. Oh, and look at this. Look at this. How about that? Well, we've been down in the bottoms looking for whitetails, and we got a little different adventure today. We're up in the bluffs looking for elk and mule deer sheds. Pretty mild day, pretty mild winter up here. We'll see how it goes. We got some elk rubs here. Those fresh antlers aren't going to do us any good because we're too early for fresh elk sheds this year, but good to know that there's some bulls in this area. See if we can find their sheds from last year.
There's an elk shed right up there. Yeah, it's an elk.
Well, I think I see it.
Oh, I looked at it and I thought you were looking at it and went, oh, no way.
I think that's it. I don't know, kind of the center there.
Screw that. I'm walking up to get that. My first ever elk shed.
Nice, dude. Dang.
Yeah.
Saw that from a long ways.
Yeah. Thought we'd find muleys here, but
Sorry.
guess I got lucky.
That's awesome.
That is sick.
Can you see the mule deer? It's right on the very top. Silhouetted up there. There we go. Way out there. It's looking at me. We're walking across this sage flat now, hoping to find a mule deer shed. Truck's back up there. Truck's back up on top of the hill out there in the distance. Found a few muley sheds today. I didn't get the one I got on film. I didn't film it. This is an old one, cracked, but it was up on top of a hill. We got a good set of tires, but it doesn't do you much good when there's no tread. Completely covered in mud. About 3 feet from stepping on this one. That's a good one. Nice freshie. Get duty. Just found this little fork mule deer antler. We saw a herd of mule deer run through here. One of them was a half wreck. I would say this thing probably dropped today. We may have seen the buck running through that dropped it. And I got this match set. They were laying side by side out there. I should have filmed it, but I didn't. Oops. So find some mule deer sheds. We got some really cool country here. Got some sage flats, some cedars. Just beautiful out here. Got some cactus up here, way up on top of this bluff. Just came down the snowy north slope, and it's been fairly warm. It's a little cooler today, but it's a little slick, and I'm glad there's a bunch of cedars here to grab onto. This is some awesome country. We found a fair amount of muley sheds here today. We haven't been out too long. But the sun's starting to kind of sink in the western sky on our last day. So we're kind of making our turn back towards the truck. Got an amazing golden glow. And we got the sun at our back on the way back to the truck on the last day. Couldn't ask for more.